Hi, this is Thomas from BandApp, and today we are joined by none other than Harry and Dougie from McFly. So, how you guys doing, alright?
Very good, mate.
Yeah, good to see you.
Pretty good.
Good stuff. Well, yes, so we're going to have a chat today. Obviously quite a lot going on at the moment, so yeah.
We've been busy boys.
Indeed. Firstly, let's have a chat about the new single, Love Is On The Radio. What would you say the influence behind the track is?
Well, the song we were listening to when we were on that writing trip was that we were obsessed with was That's Why God Made the Radio by the Beach Boys.
Mm-hmm.
So we just like we love the lyric. I mean, obviously love the song, the melody and everything. If you don't know the song, it's an awesome song.
Mm-hmm.
But the lyric as well was really fun and kind of carefree and light-hearted and just a really fun song to listen to. We wanted to write like a really upbeat kind of song, and the other inspiration was 500 Days of Summer.
But yeah, that's the second song that a particular scene in 500 Days of Summer has inspired. The scene where he slept with her the night before, and but it's been like building up for so long, and he's walking down the street and everything's awesome and everyone joins in and dances.
Yeah, like this whole music starts like it's
right.
not. It goes out of reality, but he's like so chuffed that he got laid, and like this big band come on, and he's like waving at strangers.
I remember
hence the strangers stop and say hello lyric in the chorus. So that's and in terms of like the kind of country influence, like I mean, the rest of the songs we recorded for the album, not really like that. I mean, the riff we had was originally inspired by Springsteen, Springsteen song, and we just had the idea of putting it on a fiddle, and it just really worked. So
cool. Well, yeah, that's wicked. I think we know the influences now.
Exactly.
But yeah, so you pretty much answered that question already. I was going to ask you whether it was a sort of sign of how the forthcoming album was going to sound, but clearly not.
Well, it isn't. It isn't. I mean, I think that's the most that song has a bit of fiddle and a bit of kind of...
That's the most... We recorded it in Texas, so we wanted to take local influences and stuff on all bits of the album, like, you know, if there was anyone in the area who could play...
instruments, because we can't play.
We can't do it.
So you got Texas best in the studio.
Yeah.
Turns out they weren't that good, though. That was the only problem. Tom ended up re-recording the banjo part.
It's actually Tom. Tom was the best banjo player we could find in Texas.
Yeah. So, yeah, but, I mean, we're very conscious as well of that thing. It seems to be a thing at the moment that everyone's like, folky pop. And I think Mumford have had a real kind of influence on the scene, which is amazing when a band comes along and does that. And
it just works, didn't it? It was
subconsciously
one of those things...
people do it, but we're very aware.
We haven't made a folk out album.
No,
it was just that one song. It worked on. Danny's always played harmonica, so there's like quite a bit of harmonica, if you can say that. Folky.
And I think it's very much a reaction off our fifth album, which was very synthy and you know, a lot of like drum machines and kind of synths and things, which, you know, me and Dougie were saying just the other day, we were sort of looking back in the studio experience of recording, we were just kind of sat in the corner like...
not really needed.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's important as a band to like push your boundaries and experiment and try new things. And there's some stuff on the fifth album that we love, but essentially we wanted to go back to being a band and
for sure.
And that's what we love to do, and studio time for me.
Because you never know, like there's like little extra bits of magic that come from you all playing together. That there was loads of that, wasn't there, on recording the album we made in Texas.
With BandApp, we've got like loads of unsigned bands on our books, some wicked acts out there, but obviously loads of them want to make it in the music industry. Now you guys are pretty much veterans of the industry. What tips would you give them?
My advice that I've kind of come up with over the past... It's taken me 10 years to come up with good advice, but my advice is for a band is just to be in a band.
To be in a band.
It is just be in a band to be in a band. Don't be in a band to try and be famous and successful and rich, and just be in a band because you love being in a band. Do it. Because you can make it happen. I guarantee. If you are good enough and you are, you know, like hardworking, you will be able to pick up some fans and do some shows. And that is the most fun thing about being in a band. What we love the most is playing shows and recording. Any band is now capable of recording in their bedroom, and you can put on shows. So don't get carried. in your bedroom, yeah. Don't get carried away with trying to be like, how can we be successful? And, oh, we're trying this, we're trying that. I hear so many bands are so desperate. I'm like, just enjoy being in a band.
Absolutely.
And if it happens, it happens. There's a certain amount of luck, and obviously you've got to have great songs. It's as simple as that. Great songs, bit of luck, and just enjoy being in a band.
Yeah, exactly. It's not kind of also, yeah, from that point, it's really interesting, you know, for bands, I think, not striving, not having the wrong priorities, not thinking, I want to be famous, I want to be, you know, in the papers, etc. Hearing you guys saying the thing you still enjoy the most is being in the studio and playing live.
That's the most fun thing about being in a band.
That's what it's all about, being in a band.
Because that's the cool thing about being in a band is that it's not like it's never the same. You get like as soon as like being in the studio gets a bit boring, you go on tour, and then as soon as you're like, oh, okay, I want to do something else now, you go back into the studio, or there's like, I don't know, there's always something fun. Being in a band is like the best job in the world. It really is. It's awesome.
Yeah. So with the 10 years, you guys celebrated it in style with 4 sold-out shows at the Royal Albert Hall. Was that a career highlight? Was that up there?
It was. I think doing something at the Royal Albert Hall, it instantly makes it a very special occasion. It's such an epic venue and such history, and it's a beautiful venue. It's just playing in it. It's just different, isn't it? It's not
I got to play the organ.
Yeah, that was rad.
That was cool. Apparently you need like 5 years of training to be able to play the organ.
But 5 minutes.
But yeah, but literally 5 minutes.
Did you use the pedals at all?
Yeah.
There's like loads.
I had to draw out a diagram of like what to do. It was like a stickman version of myself with like. So Dougie, when you get up here, you press this one, that one. The first night I completely ballsed it up.
Yeah, you did mess it up.
And it was just like it's like trying to fly a tractor. That's how I describe it.
What an amazing description.
Yeah.
I can't really picture that, what it's like to...
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now imagine flying a tractor in front of how many people is it?
4,500
people.
Thing is,
I might have
fly that tractor.
But you nailed it. By the Friday night, you nailed it so well, or Saturday night, that people didn't believe you were playing it.
Yeah, I think I questioned you.
Yeah,
it's like, was that...
But it was
legit.
It was... No, it was really good. The shows were brilliant, and it was a great way to celebrate, prestigious kind of way to celebrate. And 4 nights on the trot to celebrate with some fans. Unfortunately not, everyone could be there, but it was awesome.
Well, for the fans that couldn't be there, there's a cheeky DVD.
For the fans that couldn't be there, once Christmas is over, don't worry, because the DVD's out on Boxing Day.
Yeah.
So, don't be bummed out about Boxing Day now.
I think Boxing Day is a bit of a bum out because
not anymore.
Yeah, exactly. You open so many presents on Christmas, and then Boxing Day.
We got this like Christmas rush thing around the wrong way. Everyone's like, "Oh, you got to release stuff for Christmas."
We're trying it the other way around.
Releasing it Boxing. We just moved it. Just a couple of days.
Boxing Day, everyone sits. No one goes and buys a DVD on Boxing Day.
Well, I think straight away people are looking into sales, aren't they? So I'm not saying yours is going straight to the sale.
It's not going to be on sale though, is it?
But
it's going to be maximum price.
Straight into the January
in the bargain
sales.
bucket on day one. Brilliant.
Look
Good
out
planning,
for it anyway.
McFly.
Yeah, it was killer. It was up there with definitely one of the best gigs I've ever seen, man. It was incredible.
Thank you very much.
So the other big news, a lot of big news topics going on, but
McBusted.
Damn right. Well, it's obviously properly kicked off since you announced the formation and the tour as well, which has gone completely nuts. How surprised have you been by the reaction?
Really, really surprised.
Tearfully surprised.
Yeah, it's been ridiculous. Like, we were joking before. We were sort of quoting, I don't know how to put it, but the song. We were calling the promoter from Live Nation the king of wishful thinking. So the newfound cover.
Yeah.
Like, we kept sort of singing that out whenever we'd mention it, because we were like, dude, come on. 11 arenas, like, especially Matt and James, they were like really nervous, and Matt was having these nightmares about only selling 400 tickets.
Really?
Yeah, and and so the O2 didn't actually put the PA on. They just they didn't need it. Guys, you don't need the PA because there's only 400 people, so you're just gonna use the sound from the amps on the stage like they did back in the day, and everyone's just gonna come to the front of the stage.
It'd be nice. It'd be intimate.
It'd be good, So we were like really nervous. And we were all together. you know, the McBusted were together.
Once the tickets went on sale.
Yeah, the minute they went on sale, and we got the first sort of, you know, update an hour later, and 202s had sold out, and we were just like, what? It was like absolutely, and we've now added an extra 24 dates or something.
Yeah.
So it's a 35-date arena tour, which is just mental.
Yeah, that's pretty mental.
We've basically just hijacked the success of Busted, haven't we? We've just hijacked the nostalgic effect that Busted have created. But I think, the tour is bigger than any McFly tour we've ever done, and it's bigger than a tour Busted ever did. So I think just joining the two bands has just thankfully kind of captured people's imaginations and.
Well, actually, it should probably, at the moment, I'd imagine you guys are probably going through quite a lot of memories and stuff at the moment. You know, your first tour was supporting Busted.
Yeah, it was. I think that's the thing.
Obviously spending a lot of time with Matt and James at the moment. Is
yeah,
that kind
cool.
of taking you back to your early days in the band at all?
Yeah, it's one of those things. It's like, it's another like injection of like, whoa, wasn't expecting expecting that, and everyone's like everyone's just super buzzing about it.
Yeah, I mean, this is so. I think some, you know, the fans, our McFly fans, are underestimate how exciting this is for us. Like, to be able to go back on this size tour again is incredible, and you know, it's amazing because we've got our McFly fans that want to come and enjoy it and join in. You know, there's a whole generation of now people that are still just teenagers, because we've had, you know, Busted fans tweeting pictures of themselves when they were 6 or 7 at a Busted gig.
Mental.
And that's 8 years ago.
Yeah.
So they're now still only like 15.
Exactly.
So they're still teenagers that were Busted fans.
Some of the older ones have gone on and reproduced and made new fans.
Mate, I'm 29. I'm getting a lot of my mates being like, mate, can you get a ticket for
exactly.
Busted?
But I think the thing is as well, you've got this, you know, it's rejuvenated like McFly a bit as well. And I think people, you know, I don't think maybe McFly have been in so many people's conscience for a few years. Yeah. You know, we're still going strong and everything, but I think it's, you know, rejuvenated a lot of things, and I think it's now this 6-piece band where you've got 5 guys at the front, which is quite original. 5 guitarists, you know, and a line that's quite powerful, and
2 bass players.
Yeah, and so it's kind of, it's just exciting, and so a mixture of all Busted and McFly hits, and because it's been so successful, we get on so well with Matt and James. It's like, it's exciting and energetic, and we're gonna start writing some stuff with them, I think, because we're just like, why not?
So you reckon a potential album maybe?
We don't know yet. We've always said.
We don't know.
I was hoping for a BandApp exclusive.
Well, we've always said from the start, we'll only do it if we feel that it justifies.
Yeah,
you know,
for sure.
If it's good enough.
If you could form a supergroup and any musician, past or present, who would be in it? No members of McFly.
Are we talking putting 2 bands together like we?
No, not 2 bands. It could be, you know, so like like a supergroup. Well, I mean, so a certain person on bass, certain person on drums.
Okay, let's build one.
Well,
together.
I thought this might be the case, so I've come up with.
Okay, you pick the drum.
Well, I'll pick the drum.
Yeah.
Okay, man. Okay, it's between John Bonham. It's the obvious ones.
Yeah.
But John Bonham, Travis Barker. And Cyrus Baluki. I just love Cyrus.
Yeah, he's got a great.
So which one are you going for?
If it's gonna be a super group, I think, you know, John Bonham and Travis are more.
Could be like Slipknot, and you have a few percussionists.
Nah.
Just Travis.
You could just have like Bonham on the gong.
Okay, I'm gonna go with Travis.
Cool.
Okay. But that means you can't have.
Yeah,
Mark
it can't be like suddenly.
It's Blink.
Oh.
No, wait. I tell you, do you want Mark? The thing is, I love Mark Hoppus, but there are better bass. Let's be honest, there are better bass players out there.
I think you would probably happily agree with that.
Yeah,
as well.
we love Mark Hoppus.
Yeah, he's
got
legends,
Travis.
Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
Okay, Travis.
I can always change.
Flea on bass then.
Flea on bass. Okay,
Good shout.
Yeah. Okay, are we having like a front man?
Yeah.
Brandon
Well,
Boyd.
just yeah.
Brandon Boyd.
Yeah, because he's cool, but he can also do a bit of vocal gymnastics if need be.
If need be, he can also play a bit of percussion as well.
Yes.
He's also pretty fit.
He's fit as well.
Yeah.
He is fit. Brandon Boyd, are we happy with that?
Yeah, I like that.
Is there only a guitar? Guitarist, Doug.
just put John Mayer in, James Bourne on rhythm, Calvin Harris on decks.
There you go, done. Okay, I reckon we'll make it a. Give us a. What about? I think we'll make it a modern day.
Okay, yeah, maybe.
So no one dead.
Yeah, like no Bonhams.
Yeah,
take
okay,
out the past.
okay, let's
people,
have
current
Travis
band.
on drums. Let's have Flea on bass. Brandon Boyd, lead singer, lead guitarist. Struggling for a lead.
We're back at the same.
Okay, I tell you what. Here's the deal. For the lead guitarist, why don't people send in suggestions and then BandApp can decide?
I love it.
Who
I
are
love
the
it.
guitarist?
Yeah, okay.
Hashtag BandApp.
Hashtag BandApp Supergroup.
Yeah.
Who's the lead guitarist?
Yeah,
we've got
okay, so
Travis,
we've got
Flea and
Brandon
Boyd.
Awesome. Who
Fill
is
in
the
the
guitarist? Fill it in.
Yeah.
Classic. Well, that about wraps it up, lads. Classic to see you. Words.
Word.
Words.
Words.
Yeah,
Word.
thanks a lot.
Words.
Association.